have to raw dog this one.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to raw dog it. So I guess we're live now.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi
Yeah.
everybody.
I know, right?
You know, after this weekend and all the grilling and all the fixing, I bet you had a lot of burgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Maybe just a nice raw dog is easier to deal with.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. I could put all the
Yeah.
glizzies in my mouth.
Like like when they have the hot dog eating contests, right? That is
Yeah.
the most rawest dog. Barely
Oh my
cooked.
goodness.
You dip it in water, you shove it down the gullet, and you just
Yeah.
pile them on, right?
Yeah. It's great. It's great. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Because so there's no um there's no intro right now because apparently you can't play your own clips on the
yeah.
intro.
Yeah, StreamYard's just
StreamYard
being
just keeps on wanting to take
yeah.
away all the stuff
Yep.
for the free people. I
Mhm.
used to pay, but then they upped their prices like a whole bunch. I'm almost like I think they stole my money too, because I remember I paid for a whole year in
Yeah.
like I think it was like September time frame, and they took it away in like April. I'm just all
What?
like, I still have like 4 months, dude.
Wow, that's messed up.
Yeah, yeah. StreamYard, you stink. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess we'll be powered by something else later.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And every time I do I set up a channel, they're all like,
Mm.
they do a little thingy there, and I
Right.
always have to take it out because I'm not promoting them. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's true.
sorry, but it's okay.
We'll do.
We're still using it today, but probably be the last day we're using it.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have
Bigger and
to do what
better. Moving
Ironcaster
on.
uses.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty
Yeah,
good one. I've been meaning to work on trying that one out. When I ever decide to start live streaming myself.
start your live stream. Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
hear it's a thing to do. I hear people like it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You had a good fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You enjoyed your vacation. I saw you.
Yeah.
I saw you were swimming in the Gulf of America.
Well, technically, we didn't swim because due to a high population of things that are bad for you, probably flesh-eating bugs and stuff, it said maybe don't
There's
get in the
flesh-eating
water.
bugs in the
Right.
water.
Well, it wasn't Galveston, but it was close enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know there was flesh-eating bugs in the water.
Well, I don't remember that, but they were just saying there's some bacteria in the water that's not good for you around that coast area.
Oh, right, right. It's probably
Yeah.
because I peed in there last time I was swimming.
Yeah. What?
But you've never peed in the pool before? Come on, punkwaddle.
Well, not in the pool, but the ocean, as they say, is a fish toilet. So,
It's
I
true.
mean,
It's true.
yeah, you're bound to get some of
I
that.
have peed in all 7 seas and a couple W's as well.
W's?
W's. Yeah. Yeah. Water, water closets.
Oh.
Yeah.
WC. Right.
Yeah. WC. WC, water closet. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. C's and WC's. I get it now.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I don't get it now.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
some jokes land and others
Splash.
splash. Yeah, they get flooded out. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah, don't watch out for the splashback, though.
Yeah, watch out for the splashback, especially if you're peeing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, clapback is good when you make a joke and people clap and they.
Yeah, but getting the clap, that's
yeah.
a whole different story.
Well, yeah, we don't like to talk about that here.
No. No. Oh, man.
But I mean,
speaking about America, Elon Musk is trying to become the leader of a party called the America Party.
It's kind of interesting that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's like the United Kingdom like making a party called the British Party.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Did you wait? Hold on. Did anybody tweet this out? I forgot to tweet out this show.
I did too.
Hmm.
I was tired. It was hot. I didn't tweet it out. Are you tweeting out right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet it out real quick. But yeah. But then I have some thoughts about the Elon Musk thing.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So let me do
the problem with Elon Musk having an America Party and being the leader of that party is
Yeah.
He can't become president.
Well, he can. Just like a lot of people that put in money to fund things that they may not be. Kind of like how USAID was. They put a lot of money into
Yeah.
things that you know
Oh yeah, it's true.
they
That's true.
supported. They just couldn't control directly.
Yeah. Well, he wanted a puppet, but unfortunately, Elon, you had to contact Snacks and Friends for a puppet. Not a political puppet, though I probably could make a political puppet.
I bet we could make a political puppet, dress it up in
Yeah,
red, white, and blue.
a lot of people have a lot of weird views and well, you know what happens with politicizing everything. You
Right?
get a lot of shit takes.
Yeah, a lot of
Taking a lot of
publicity gotta get
shit.
clean.
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I did tweet it out. If anybody else wants to tweet it out or retweet, thanks. But
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so
Tweet it out. Yeah.
I
Send
found
out
it
the
interesting.
signal.
It is, right around July 4th, right after Elon and Trump have their falling out, and they kind of work together, and they kind of make amends a little bit. But then all of a sudden, no, we're having a fallout. I'm gonna, because the guy who decided to buy Twitter and turn it into all of his exes. See what I did there? Decided, you can't just buy out a country and start a new party and be like, yeah, because I mean, so many people are kind of irritated with him already with a lot of his kind of
it's
back
kind
and
of like
forth.
when Trump got off Twitter, he started his own thing, his Truth Social that no one uses.
Yep.
Sorry, Trump, no one uses your stupid app.
Well, it's just kind of like all this idea of we're gonna do alternate tech, except for it's alternate tech because, well, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, YouTube. Even though you don't like the rules, it has the biggest and widest platform, the way to reach people. So you kind of either figure out how to navigate the waters, see what I did there, or you kind of go to the peripheral that other people just don't get funneled to, don't care, don't know, don't want to deal with 50 different logins, right?
50 different logins. Holy smokes. That's a lot of logins.
I mean, not to mention Kenny, because you got no one to hold him.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. But I will say this. Do you remember Andrew WK?
Yeah.
The guy who sung, like, let's have a party. I want to have a party. We're going to have a party. We're going to the party. Party.
Yeah. I kind of remember that artist. Yeah.
Because, like, he did his thing, and then he kind of disappeared for a while. And then I want to say it was about a little over around 10, 12 years ago, 2012, 13, around the Summer of Love and all that stuff and all the Hillary stuff. And then, MTV was having a resurgence and all the BMX and the Jackass stuff. And he started playing some shows and he started kind of coming out of the woodwork for a year or two. And he was like, I'm going to start a party. It's going to be the party. And it's going to be the political party about partying and having a party. And I think it was just a big joke. But I still think it has more mass appeal than,
the blanketed super original America party.
Right. I mean, if Ross
that's true. That's true, Jedi. Yeah, Elon is kind of having a crashing out. He was due for it. He was a little too based. He does crash out every once in a while.
Yeah.
Especially when he doesn't get his way. Like he can be super based if everything is kind of like hunky dory, but once something happens that is mildly gonna inconvenience him pretty good, he's gonna crash out like crazy.
Yeah. The temper tantrum ensues.
Yeah, the temper tantrum. Yeah. I'm not saying that he never let's be honest, he's been spoiled since birth.
I mean, I'm not saying he hasn't earned the money that he has necessarily.
No, he's definitely earned it.
He invests it fairly well.
Yeah, he just went from well off to insanely rich.
Right, and then you don't only have so many peers, and you kind of get Howard Hughes level of just creative, crazy. What do they call it? What's the word when it's? I'll think of it later.
Yeah. Just let it rock in you in a little bit. Just rocking back and forth, and once you're Rockefeller, you'll figure out who the Rockefellers are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were in Rockefeller was a little bit too excited about the social genetics and eugenics, though.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I got Elon doing that, and then just and
Eccentric.
then
That was the
yeah,
word.
yeah.
Eccentric, rich and crazy, and you can do
Oh
it because
yeah.
you have money.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of water sports and all the stuff here. It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we got a little rain
Oh no.
over the last week,
Yeah.
and there was a flooding in was it Central Texas?
Yeah, it was Central Texas. It was the hill country. It was one of those 200 to 500 year floods, and it only happens so often. But
Mm-hmm.
when you get that much rain and that much water at once, like,
Yeah.
and as people say, the reason it's called the hill country is because every so often you get these torrential downpours, and then you get these water walls out of nowhere that just formulate because all the rain and everything just funnels the same direction. And so you have like these 15, 20, 30 foot walls that just crash through a valley and erode and create more hillside. And unfortunately, some of those areas that are really fun to hang out with at camp are usually very safe. They
Yeah.
don't have great cell phone service. So,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
so yeah.
that's the problem of being higher than the cell phone towers is
Well,
uh
it's that, and I will say this, there before we go into kind of the crash out and burnout and all the political
oh
reactionary,
yeah,
like
there's been some naughty people saying some bad
very
stuff. A
much,
lot of
but
crashing out. I hope you got your
crash helmet, yeah, we're definitely,
yeah, your crash helmet and your incident report
yeah,
folder. You're gonna
definitely,
have to
because
do a lot of paperwork. Sorry,
they
punkwaddle.
they they knew that it was gonna be bad, and they had more people than usual on call, but it happened in the dead of the night, and they did their best, and it was really hard to reach people. So all the people of
Yeah,
conspiracy, like saying that nobody cares or did nothing. Oh, and
it
then the
is kind of
cloud
hard
city,
to prepare
yeah,
for a flood when everyone's asleep.
right. And when they all expected some rain, but like I said, this only happens so often, and when it happens, it's devastating, and you really don't know how to
Yeah,
plan for it.
yeah.
But
Here's a problem of the water. Was it like it was like multiple feet in an hour? Like
oh, it was like, yeah, it was. I can't remember how much, but like
yeah,
when all oh
like the river like rose up like 20
oh
20
yeah,
feet in like an
30
hour or
40
two.
feet. Oh, in
Yeah,
30 45 minutes, like you can see
yeah,
some of the times, the time sped up videos of, holy crap, it's here now. It's way up here,
yeah.
and that's for some areas that have a wider range. I mean, houses that have been
If you're
fine.
sleeping on an air mattress,
Yeah,
guess what? You wake up and you're halfway down the river.
right. Oh yeah, and like some people got found in trees that they clung to as they were getting rushed by.
Oh
Right. I
yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah, word up. Yeah, we gotta thank the first responders,
yeah,
like the rescue swimmers from the Coast
yeah,
Guard, the
hmm,
coasties putting in the work, and
yeah.
the firefighters, and and even a couple YouTubers were going around helping out
Okay,
those
okay.
brave men and women.
Because I mean,
You know, um, donut operator and the AK guy.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
they're going there with the Tectone too. Um,
Oh,
they all kind of like
awesome.
banded together and got the bros and grabbed some water, some energy drinks. Because let me tell you something,
Oh yeah.
like a rescue operation all
Mhm.
day. My goodness, the first responders, they will get tired, but they still got to be alert
Oh yeah.
and put in the work. And let me
I
tell you
mean,
something, a little energy drink goes a long way.
oh yeah. And when people were found, in a tree 10 miles downriver, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
a day later, like just holding on to dear life. That was a brute force of nature. And I will say, one of the first things we saw, because Sugar Waddle and I were kind of talking about it. She was on the Instagram and looking and stuff, like
oh
all the
yeah.
people, like all about the cloud seeding. Oh, they made it happen, and all these conspiracies, and like it went nuts. So
Yeah, no, I don't believe. No, no, I don't believe the Jews control the weather or any crazy stuff like that. Let's be honest. If they did control the weather, they would charge you They would ask.
Yeah,
they would
definitely.
You'll be able to pay them for a nice sunny day on your wedding or your picnic.
Okay, if the Jews controlled the weather, do you think LA would be covered in smog and fog all day long?
That's true.
Come on, guys. Unless that's one of their misdirects and the most devious. Ever.
Yeah, let's be honest. New York would have the nicest weather.
Yeah.
New York would be like Miami. Yeah.
For real.
That's so true. Okay. But yes.
Oh, and William Shakespearean, I do believe that those are standard issue. Well, they're not standard issue. They're paid for flotation devices. Unfortunately, most of the kids that were at camp were
they were children young, and they were too young. Unconsensual
flotation devices.
Yeah. Let's let alone the freaking like the sex change talk about, which they can't consent to that. I believe that. It's debatable for some wackos, but any kind of body modification for children, right out the window. No.
Well, no. Don't you to get as they say,
maybe an ear piercing,
a breast augmentation, you have to be like 18 or have the parent sign off on it, right?
Yeah, but I don't even like a 16-year-old doing it. That's weird.
No, I don't know. I don't agree with it, but because you should probably be fully developed before you try to do that stuff. But what I'm saying is, other more permanent body mutilations seem to be, more socially acceptable, which is really weird when you think about it in those terms.
Yeah. But I think the only one that's acceptable is a little ear piercing.
Oh yeah.
I guess kids are like, "Mommy, I want my ears pierced."
Yeah, that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
But anything about nose, anything else?
Oh, the nose piercings? I think they should be banned for adults.
Yeah. There's a few people who can pull it off, but they're also.
I don't know. Do you have any brains in your nose?
Well, how do you pull your brains out if you have something in your nose to block it?
Yeah, right. Do you ooze out a little bit of brain matter when you get your nose pierced?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It sounds like it though. There's a lot of wackadoodles with their nose piercings.
Yeah, if you don't want to be a beast of burden, don't dress like one. Because they say dress for the job you want.
Yeah.
So
if you want to be a bridge troll,
right.
A lot of people that want to be a bridge troll, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Oof.
Yeesh. All right. Okay. I'm gonna see if Streamlabs still lets me share things.
Okay. Because you were talking about some of the people who were saying some really awful things and some crazy things.
Oh yeah. Well, everyone's favorite political commentator or streamer person. I
feel like you're saying favorite.
Yeah, I'm being very I'm just let's be honest. They are no one's favorite because it's Destiny, everyone. It's a blue-haired weirdo.
Great.
He literally a blue-haired weirdo, like Jolly says. It is a male feminist, an actual cuck, like literally a cuck.
Yeah, I vaguely remember hearing something about this.
Yeah, and I guess he's currently in a lawsuit about filming and doing revenge porn.
Wow.
I don't think he was a participant. I think he was actually like a third party. Super weird. I know. Oh my goodness. Just gross. You think that's gross? Read what he said right here. This is I think he made this is one of the former. I think he made another joke. Just not even a joke, just a harsh comment. Let's be honest. Jokes are funny. This is disgusting.
No, that's awful.
Let's see. It's he says, I heard God blanked those kids because they were using NordVPN promo code Destiny. Hey, NordVPN.
Right. drop this.
You may. I'm just gonna put this out right now. You may want to distance yourself. Cut sponsorship. Do not give this dummy any money, please.
I feel like
no money for this guy.
This is a pretty bad take.
Yeah, I usually don't like saying advocating for people to lose money, but he should definitely lose that sponsorship.
I feel like I feel like it's I've seen a grift before, but that's a bit much. And
he's literally using it as a sponsorship, and that's one of the most disgusting tweets ever. So it's like if plus I was affiliated with NordVPN, I would be like, okay, you are on the blacklist. You are never getting contacted again, and we are going to cancel the next paycheck we were going to give you. It's not coming. It's not coming. Sorry.
I mean, but brands care about how they're perceived in public too. So it's it's unfortunate.
Okay. So that was the most disgusting part, and then it continues on the VPN called Destiny to get around Texas porn ban. Sad face.
Right.
Yeah, he's advocating for touching yourself.
Well,
and he's making fun of the children.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of person. This is what this kind of person is about. Okay. Let's see.
You're not wrong, William Shakespeare. Spielberg. Yeah. Sorry. If I've said that wrong several times, I apologize.
Okay, I think is this Porsmirgan?
Right.
It's Porsmirgan, everyone.
Right. We're not getting copyright infringements because we're saying his name wrong.
Yes. It's Pierce Morgan.
Yeah.
Or Morse Purigan.
Yeah.
Morse Purigan.
Ork and Mork.
Okay, so I can't read, nor can I pronounce this man's name, but he is a political shmup that he's been on since like the mid 2000s, right?
Yeah, this guy is hooked on phonics, but sometimes he falls off the wagon. Anyway, let's hear what Pierce says.
Fall off the wagon a lot, especially when we hit a bump. All right. Let's hit this bump right here.
Okay.
So a woman called Kylie Jane Kramer posted on X. I've been trying to wrap my head around how the flooding in Texas became so devastating so quickly. Why not evacuate? Then I saw this. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said the Guadalupe River rose 26 feet in just 46 minutes around 4 a.m. That doesn't even seem natural, to which you reposted this, and you put your own words. I heard God killed those kids because they were using
this is the one
NordVPN
this is one we did
code Destiny to get around the Texas porn ban.
Yeah.
Wow.
On reflection, do you think that was grotesquely tasteless thing to be posting?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
The hand wringing. The hand wringing here. Oh my God! Stop. If you.
Yeah. This guy has a crash out like every month. This guy is.
It's freedom of speech. So let them talk and ignore them because they're doing it for attention.
Oh yeah.
He's doing it for attention. The people like that they don't care about. Yeah. They're not really. The amount of
Ronnie, come on now. Ronnie, come on. See, Destiny is 1,000 times better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Gundam Seed, it has aged, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, yeah, we all need a whiny protagonist once in a while.
I still need to watch that movie that came out.
Yeah, me too. And it's been out for a while.
Yeah, it has been. All right, let's continue what this shmup is gonna say.
Okay. You want to talk about dead children, then you should talk about the residents of Kerr County who rejected using ARPA funds to build the very siren system that Ted Cruz was over here virtue signaling about. Now that the kids are dead, last I checked, the siren system isn't bringing anybody back to life.
Okay, this is called deflection.
Right, and the siren system, depending on where you are and all that other stuff.
When has a siren system actually stopped a water?
Right. Okay. And here's the other thing is, right. So there's a lot of other people commentating
I forgot
about
water blocks is blocked by sound. Whoops.
So a lot of people are commentating that, you know, with all the fact that, you know, now we get alerts for everything, like, oh, there's a flash flood, oh, there might be high water, oh, people will see these alerts and just
there's another freaking Amber Alert because like you can't actually block them off your on your phone.
And but the thing is that when you have this sort of thing, right, and it's like, oh, I know it's a flash flood, oh, I know it's this, right, people tend to be like, it happens all the time. It's like crying wolf. All these alerts are so, when you're
severe thunderstorms and it barely and you don't even hear any thunder,
right, and you're inundated, and like, again, it's right, a siren in, you know, a really rural area. Who's gonna make sure the siren goes off if there's not even cell phone service to connect it, right? What right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and sirens can only go so far and so loud. Because let's be honest, if you live like 2 blocks away from the siren system,
right,
and it's trying to echo miles and miles, guess what? Your eardrums are getting busted.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be a no. Where are you gonna put it? In the mountains, where the only one who will hear it is a bear taking a shit in the woods?
I mean, it's there's reasons why.
I mean, Smokey could use the warning, I guess, but he doesn't have to worry about forest fires.
I don't understand why Destiny is getting a platform on this guy, but then that also makes me wonder,
because he's got millions and millions of viewers.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Morg Pierceman. Oh, shit, I said it wrong again. He likes to grab a couple people who are based, right. Some people who are right on topic that he kind of agrees with. And then he likes one outlier who's an insane person, because that's good television.
That's true. I mean, I do know that, you know, he had Nerdrotic and the Critical Drinker on a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Last year.
Then there was another person who was okay. And then there was one guy who was bearded and very soy.
Yes.
And because everyone agreeing with each other, I mean, there's their place for it. You usually find that on Fox or CNN or MSNBC.
I hear what you're saying. You know, it helps to have a conversation when people are at least, if they can,
in agreement.
Well, no, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say, if you have level-headed people that disagree, and you can emulate that, you know, people can actually have a real conversation to disagree and still get along. Like, that's the thing that the TV and entertainment is sensationalizing, that we can't, when we really can get along with our neighbors, and we really can agree to disagree but still be humane to them. But they keep on trying to tell us that we can't with this side of
that's true.
Example.
But let's be honest, people want that salt. People want that screamy match.
Every
once in a while, they want the Jerry Springer show, right?
Right, and every once in a while, but not as a model for life. So anyway, TV is not like real life. Continue, please.
Yeah, Jersey Shore.
Okay, right. The very same system that they could have built for the better part of the last decade, they didn't want to touch those ARPA funds because they thought that if they did, Biden would go and steal their homes, which is the exact same lie that was told in North Carolina when people were rejecting FEMA funds.
Hold on. Is that any remotely true? You can't really steal someone's home if you're building a siren system. That makes no sense.
I feel like there's, I mean, something to be said about, if we take the government money, they're going to try and implement certain things, and they're trying to have certain control because that's what the government does. And I can understand how that could play into it, but I don't think this guy is on base. Now he's talking about the flooding. He's using this as a springboard to talk about the flooding in the Carolinas, which is also severely devastating.
Yeah, now he's talking about redistribution of FEMA money. Let's be honest. The redistribution of FEMA money was going into illegals.
Right. And
people who are not supposed to be here that are getting put up in nice hotels.
I don't know if the Carolinas were rejecting the FEMA money, but they were also sold like, we know your whole life has been devastated. Here's $700 to get your life back together because you're so poor anyway. It's probably what you earned in 2 years, right?
Yeah, that's true. And let's be honest, the FEMA money was probably going to get taxed anyways.
Right, and given to the illegals who probably built rafts and
yeah, something like that. Or yeah.
I'm kidding, but still.
Yeah, no, me too. Everyone knows it's going straight into the Democrats' pockets.
Because they thought that if the government was giving them money for their houses, they'd steal it. If you want to talk about grotesque and ghoulish things that are being said,
it's what you put online. I agree with
you. Okay, so Destiny, he is a veteran at internet debating.
Yeah, just
some might say he's a master debating. That's why he's always trying to use VPNs to get away porn bans.
Well, I mean, but
I like a sexy lady video too every once in a while. But let me say, he enjoys it a little too much, I guess.
Well, anyways, I mean, I was gonna say, like, the kid. Here's the thing: in junior high and high school, the kid who talks louder and over somebody else, you know, when you're young and you don't know better, you're like, man, that guy totally knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. No, he's just steamrolling everybody and doesn't allow anybody else to talk. And then he just turns out to be a bully and usually, you know, not allowing other people to talk and not willing to listen to other people, even if you don't like what they have to say. Kind of makes you, well, you get left behind eventually.
Huh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Not one bit.
With you, it's what you run online. It is disgusting, but I mean, I guess that's what you do.
How long have people like you? How long have people like you told us that if we spend less money in Ukraine, you guys are going to spend more money investing in things like infrastructure in the United States? Where is that?
He's going on so many rabbit trails and hop, skipping, and jumping.
Yeah, no, he's
This is not. Like, he doesn't care about the flooding or anything. He's like, oh, what are you going to do? Stop spending money. If you don't spend it in Ukraine, what are you going to spend it on? It's not going to be the people. Like, he's just ranting, and
he's missing the target that he wants to hit, and now he's just spurging out all the chaffs and flares.
He was above his station, and he couldn't handle this, and he looks like
he's getting all the flack and not hitting the target, and now he's just like chaffing and flaring and trying to fly away.
He's not making a point.
That's true.
Again, if you're having to use Ukraine to defend your sick marks
another massive debt increase for more tax cuts for wealthy people. Congratulations.
What? Like, he just sounds yeah.
Well, that's what all the lefties are saying right now because let's be honest, I didn't read the bill.
Nope.
You didn't read the bill.
Nope.
They didn't read the bill.
Nope.
Most people didn't read the bill.
Nope.
But everyone knows what the bill's all about.
Oh yeah, we know what the bill's about. The big beautiful bill.
Yeah, the big beautiful bill. It's about taxing the poor people and giving it to the rich people.
I don't think that's what it's about.
It's like, no, it's not a reverse Robin Hood situation. That's stupid.
Right.
Only stupid people would say that.
I don't think the majority, enough majority of Congress would vote for that either. And the fact that he's basically how do you justify this comment? And then he just goes on this tangent that has nothing to do. He makes sure to slam Ted Cruz. He makes sure to slam the ignorant people of Texas, and he makes sure to slam all these things. It's like and tax
I'm not the biggest fan of Ted Cruz, but but like, let's be honest. There are a lot worse politicians out there.
But I mean, he's trying to, like you said, he's trying to ramp on all of the liberal talking points of the last decade in like 5 seconds and just talk over people. It's like, dude, this wasn't the conversation, and he's trying to be like, I'm on Piers Morgan, I got to say all the things.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm on Piers Morgan. I need to flip the script and make sure everyone knows that all these people that I made fun of, they're gone because of the Republicans, and
they're
now I'm going to have to explain it to you because you're too stupid. So listen to me, because I talk over people.
They didn't want the FEMA money because they thought that the government was going to steal their homes. But then, there was a flooding over in the Carolinas. But then, if you didn't spend the money on Ukraine, they wouldn't get the money anyway. And it's like, wait, so people rejected it, but you saying that the government wouldn't give them to them anyway? I don't get it.
Yeah, and then there was the forest fires,
right?
That turned into the suburb fire.
Right. If only we could have harvested all the water from the rains and just sent them over to California for a reservoir.
So that was actually the Democrats' fault because they were trying to penny pinch social services. You know, the stuff that's supposed to go, your tax-paying money's supposed to go,
right,
for first responders.
Yeah.
And maybe getting, forced, like you can't call it an act of God if like you let a bread trail,
right,
or rather it's a meat trail, and then like a whole bunch of wolves come out of the forest and start eating the town people.
Yeah.
It's just like, maybe next time, don't leave a trail of rotting meat straight to the town.
Well, I mean, and this, like I said, this take is worse even than, well, I wouldn't say worse. This take is dumb. But then there's also the people that we were talking about earlier behind the scenes that were basically saying, oh, these hillbilly people, racist white people,
oh yeah,
racist white people in Texas.
Yeah, racist they wouldn't allow in Texas.
They wouldn't allow people who weren't white, so they deserved to die because they.
I'm sorry, I've never seen a black Christian before. Nope, never, especially in the South.
I mean, it's
or weird Hispanic being Christian. What?
Or in Austin or in the Hill Country. I'm going to say this. There's so many people that when they get to Texas and maybe they're around rodeo season and they see that there's whole groups of people trail riding that aren't white, right? And they do this every year and they have fun and they participate and they get along with all the other people because it's the culture. And
guess what? It's not you're Hispanic or you're black or you're white. Guess what? You're in the Christian camp. You're all Christian.
Well,
now you'll separate between 4th graders and 5th graders.
Yeah.
Kids of your age and whatnot.
Right.
But, that's about it, really. That's your separation, right?
And And I've heard some stories about like
maybe if you all have like a sports team y'all share. Something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it is really sad because the guy's cabin apparently was a little bit higher up. So some of them could tell something was happening. They went to a higher up cabin. And even when the water started flooding, like they hung out in the rafters and that cabin was okay. But some of the girls were in a lower spot. And unfortunately, their cabin didn't make it.
Oh.
And it's really heartbreaking.
That is grim.
Because it wasn't just the kids at the camp. It was houses and RV parks and places people have been camping out and hanging out.
There was I saw after you probably saw the same video. An RV park was just it was just like it was just empty with just you just see a whole bunch of like shitholes.
And this is what they call a real flash flood when, like I said, when the river raises that much in 30 minutes, just a half hour, and this whole river valley where people have been camping out for decades all of a sudden is just a complete washout, right? I actually had friends when I was younger, probably like 30 years ago or so, and they were out in the Bastrop area of Texas. And Bastrop, that's not too far from Austin, and and it was in the middle of the night. The park ranger came out, and they were kind of in this little River Creek Valley, and they said, "Get out, get to your cars. There's no time." And they said they walked up. They were up on the top of the creek, the cliff, whatever. They said within like 10, 15 minutes, everything in that was just washed out. So if they had tried to stay or packed up, they would have been brushed away with it. So these things happen. Like, you don't plan for these things. You don't you don't expect them. And like the resiliency of human life, we keep on going, we rebuild, and we try to do better for next time. But sometimes you can't plan for these things, and no matter like there are houses that have been built in these river areas, right? And houses that have been there for decades washed out because the river got too high, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
well, Tectone, right? Tectone.
Oh yeah, he talks about all the gotcha games that I like to play.
Oh yeah. So
cool.
So he's so Destiny did crash out on Tectone for a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We got let's
I want to see that YouTube rap battle, that YouTube drama.
Yo. Wobble 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 wobble.
Back when Wilton used to do those YouTube drama things.
Oh yeah, the death battles. I remember those. Those were fun.
Madness.
Let's see.
Thinks he is acting soy and hypocritical in his reaction to Texas floods. Okay, let's get into it then, man. Let's hear I'm being soy and hypocritical.
Get into it.
And let's hear you talk shit about my dad. Ooh.
So Destiny was calling him soy?
Oh, and something about
he actually goes to the gym, kind of like Snacks, except for I think Snacks is more fit.
Well, that's fair, but I mean this guy he works out, he plays games, he's living the American dream.
He works out. Yeah. It's just he is a successful streamer.
I mean,
unlike you, Snacks, you need to get better.
I dream of becoming Tekwaddle one day. Mechwaddle, Tekwaddle, right?
Oh, Mechwaddle. You know what? We might build a robot for you.
Yay!
A robot puppet.
Do you want to build a robot?
Make him talk like a puppet. All right, let's get into this.
Okay. Here we go.
Hire someone it's applied to you. Like, you understand that you sound like every single soy fuck, like non-binary LGBT person. What? Like, why do people have to make homophobic?
So here's the thing about Destiny. Like, it's hard to pin him as a lefty or a righty. But let's be honest, his politicals is so lefty. But he's obviously on the left. He just likes to insult everyone.
He wants to be the Howard Stern of this era, but shock jock value doesn't mean anything when you're just throwing word salad. Like what he just said kind of sounded like the dialogue from that Killer Instinct show on Netflix that didn't know what it was trying to say, and it was just trying to throw all the ironically woke ideology
to be honest,
in conversation.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't mean to cut you off, but Howard Stern can't be Howard Stern in this era of climate.
No, and Howard Stern, and I think I've talked about that on my channel a few times, is the fact that Howard Stern did what he did in the era that he could, but he's not just a shock jock going against the flow. He did something in the same way that Steve Martin was a comedian, entertainer, and stand-up. It worked for the time, and Howard Stern was a little bit more vulgar about it.
He did.
But they did the thing that worked, and then as the seasons moved on, they realized that's not what America's looking for. That's not going to be successful. So they're businessmen trying to be successful in the avenue that they choose, right? They're not just trying to be like a kid, all these kids like throwing things and yelling. Like you get attention that way, but once you have people's attention, if you don't stop just throwing things and yelling the same words, you're not going to get anywhere.
That's true.
Big jokes all day, and why do people joke about blah blah blah? And you're like, dude, it's just a joke. Get over it, dude. Why do you care so much? But now when it's about kids that aren't even, you're not even related to these people. What? Like, I don't understand. What were they? Future potential victims for your dad? Or like, what do you?
The hell?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I don't know who his dad is or what his dad did.
Maybe his Tectone will talk about it. But like to be concerned about other human beings, I think even liberals have that empathy. Right. Yeah. That's why they don't like all the Republican. They don't like all the right wing policies that are gonna take away people's rights. Right.
Oh yeah.
But at least there's some sort of empathy and sympathy of something about valuing other human being. This talk is just.
He is good at rambling, saying a whole bunch of pseudo intellectual jargon. and throwing in a whole bunch of pseudo intellectually leftist talking points.
Right. I don't even think he's a leftist. I think he's just
he's a shit stirrer who believes in lefty things.
Yeah.
I think he's a communist.
That checks out.
Yeah.
All right, let's unpack this, Destiny. So, do you think maybe the reason why I'm a little bit more emotionally invested in these children is because I was trying to help find them the other day?
Yeah.
Do you think the reason why Donut is so emotionally invested is because we were trying to go out and find them? Now, I would love for you to encourage, or feel free to find me a video of me during an active crisis where there are people's lives and
or maybe it was a weekend
fun
trip.
of dead children. Maybe wait a week.
A humanitarian
maybe wait
effort,
2 weeks,
if you will.
If this was 2 weeks down the line, I'll be real, and there's like closure for the case. I'm not really going to say nothing, but it's like, it's as people are like looking for the bodies and hoping that they're not bodies is the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you say, hold up.
I mean, to be honest, like Hurricane Katrina victims, like I could make a joke about that. I don't think anyone would really laugh.
No, but at least it's been almost, it's been a decade, right?
It's been almost like 15 years or something like that. Shoot.
Almost, yeah, and exactly. But like, this is the same thing of like, it's like during an active shooter moment to say we need to ban guns or something like that. It's 10 pounds worse than that, or 10 times worse than that.
Thank you, Shilksberg. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's the Destiny guy down on the left lower corner. That's the guy. He has like blue hair every once in a while. And then like he doesn't recolor his hair, which is probably better because if his head was like full of chemicals all the time, he would be insane. But yeah, he is he is a douchemonger. Mm-hmm.
Do you think he uses a lead-based?
I think he uses cancer.
Oh, or maybe whatever they sell at Hot Topic.
Oh God. Yeah, no. He goes to Hot Topic. Is like, do you have any of the extra strength stuff? None of this soy beta cuck stuff.
Right.
Let me let you finish. Let me go back.
Understand what were they future potential victims for your dad? What do you? I don't understand what is the connection here? They are so personally fucking offended. Like what the?
I want you to listen to yourself say this and listen to me talk about this. Right. So I want you. I want you to.
Like he doesn't give. Like I do.
Tectone, really why you eating? Why are you munching, you fatty?
I like Tectone's just like, it's whatever, dude. We're talking about it because you made a big deal, and I'm gonna call it out. But I'm not emotionally moved because you're not worth that much time. But we need to talk about this because it's dumb. Right? Yeah. I appreciate that.
It is dumb. That's why we're talking about it.
All right.
Hear yourself.
I don't understand. What were they future potential victims for your dad? What do you? I don't understand what is the connection here? They are so personally fucking offended. Connection here. They are so personally fucking offended.
Okay, he spits this out a little bit just to make a point that the guy's going crazy.
Yep.
Now he's laughing.
Because it ain't me. I need to make that a soundbite.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly, Loki.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're talking about the blue-haired cuck muncher.
I mean, to be fair, this is making me at least appreciate Tectone a little bit better, not just because of his gotcha game content, because he seems like not moved by dumb and drama, right? I can respect that.
What do you? I don't understand what is the connection here? They are so personally fucking offended.
All right, let's talk about victims, and then let's talk about people's dads, Destiny. What's crazy is you want to bring up my dad, but what's crazy is you look like a guy who doesn't even know his dad. And you're
he's going for the
junior high strong male role model in his life.
He's going for the junior high recess insults.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. A young man needs a mentor.
Oh hey Tucker.
What's up, Tucker? What'd it do?
Yeah.
John probably also wishes that he didn't know his dad, because you want to talk about victims, brother. I got thousands of victims in my chat where all of our eyes were sexually assaulted by your ass when we all saw you sucking a dick on Twitter.
Gross.
What the heck?
I don't want to know the lore.
I don't know the lore, nor do I want to know the lore.
This is opening a can of worms.
Tectone.
That's a terrible pun.
Tectone, you need to stop watching the mine rot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't become a part of the system. Be better.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know that oh, it's nice. It's just TNA, and then every once in a while you find yourself down a rabbit hole that leads into Destiny Second to D on screen.
I feel like it was just more shock value that went viral.
Oh yeah.
Brother, there's not enough bleach in the world to get me to forget about that fucking goatee going down on that sloppy toppy.
Wait a second. How do you know, Ironcaster? Ironcaster, my boy. They got my boy. Oh no. Ironcaster. No. We lost another one, Punkwaddle. Oh my goodness. That is disgusting. So all I heard is it in passing. Hopefully Ironcaster has heard about it, just heard about it too. Man. Wow. Ironcaster, you killed Punkwaddle. Look, he's frozen. Maybe he lost connection. Maybe I lost connection. I don't know. Yeah, he is a lolcow. He's 100% a lolcow.
Ain't nobody want to see that shit. And the worst thing is, cum foot fetish? Come on, man. Come on. Like, let's chill.
What the
frick? Destiny, listen, brother.
Okay. We're just going to go a little further.
Then I'm going to take a shot at him, and then he's going to take a shot at me.
Yeah, Punkwaddle's gone.
I have no issues with you, bro.
We lost.
I really don't. I think you're being gay as fuck.
Ironcaster did it.
Who cares?
Ironcaster, it's your fault.
The problem is, Destiny, is that I know you and Dan Saltman are good buddies, and I really like Dan. I really don't want to have any issues with my boy's boy, right? So just like, you know what I mean? Just hear about the allegations? Mac. Did you hear that he played Genshin Impact? Go ahead. I guess I can preemptively make a bingo card and say, what is the streamer going to say about me? But
what is the streamer going to say about Tectone? Let's see. Well, you have an American flag way in the background. So a lot of lefties might go, he's racist. He's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Oh, you have a sponsorship gamer subs. That means you're a weirdo. You're also a whole bunch of biggity stuff, even though a bunch of lefties, they want the sponsorship with the gamer subs too. It's kind of weird flex. So it's like they'll try to bully you into discontinuing your partnership while also hoping that they get it in partnership. Let's see. In the background, you got you have a creeper in the background, a Minecraft creeper. Yeah, Minecraft is soy, so sorry, dude. You do Minecraft, you're weird. Sorry, it's just nothing against Minecraft. It's just Minecraft is terrible. But don't Minecraft yourself. No. Unlike Punkwaddle, who definitely did Minecraft himself. But that's okay. I can revive him. Let me just get one of these potions. Now, here we go. Okay, and revive.
I'm Steve. Wait, what?
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. I got my reboot was a little rough. Yeah.
Unminecraft yourself. My goodness.
Oh, yeah. Unminecraft myself. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
The weather's been kind of bad today, and I think I just kind of had a blip.
It almost looks like it was going to storm up here too.
Yeah. Everything just kind of.
You know what you're not going to say?
Go ahead.
Anything bad that I actually did.
Yep.
That's why I don't care. You got all these streamers like yourself where you say, look at what his dad did. Look at what this person said. But you know what you can't do? Say anything weird that I actually did. Although I guess you could say, did you know he played Genshin Impact? Did you know?
Which cards are they playing?
Yeah.
Are they trap cards? Are they just land?
Yeah, they basilisks.
They might be just land cards. If they're land cards, you're okay. If they're trap cards, careful.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he played Genshin? Okay.
Oh, zombie cards.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and then why don't you go ask the Lolly community about what I did? Yeah, they have a whole bunch to say about that. Did you know that when he was following 4,000 porn accounts, one of them also made Lolly. That makes.
He's got a terrible liberal voice.
Yeah, I'm starting to not be as excited about whatever this was. He's getting into it.
Yeah, he's this is the less entertaining portion of the thing. I might switch over to there was another guy who did a bad tweet thingy. And well, let's just bring it up here. Okay. Here we go.
Is it children awake? Like 13 confirmed people dead, and like 12 like, campers are lost right now from a summer camp nearby. Campers? Is it children awake? Younglings, Nick. Okay. They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. What? Their whole lives, Bree? That's gonna.
Yeah, their whole lives ahead of them.
Every job's gonna be AI. Everything they learn is on ChatGPT. There is no future.
Wow. This is just the jadedest, dumbest take, and I hope they were drunk, right?
Yeah, I know. I hope they were drunk too.
That's something okay. So I'll be honest. There's a lot of times we're hanging out with friends at the bonfire at 4th of July saying dumb stuff. Maybe I try not to, but I know there's people who do. But like just sitting around recording it and posting it, like just don't. Just don't. Not everything has to be social media influence. Like if you're trying to influence people and you just post everything randomly about your day-to-day life and you're not even trying to show your as they say,
apparently this guy is big on social media. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't care.
No.
But if you say like a whole bunch of crazy stuff like that, and if you stick your ass out, a lot of people will look at you,
right?
And they might follow you because a lot of people like a good donkey show.
It's true. It's true.
But let's be honest. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he said. He is a donkey show of a person.
Yeah, and once again, it's the whole thing of like, okay, so the fact that right now we're dealing with AI and all this crap, just like every bit of technology, things balance out.
Yeah.
And so far, the human race has survived. So to say that it's just not worth living, unless that guy is willing to put his money where his mouth is and go Minecraft himself, which I don't actually condone. Nobody should. These kids were tragically.
Now this right here is a proper response, but unfortunately he doubled down and did a whole bunch of stuff until Donut Operator called his ass out.
What did Donut Operator say?
Oh, I forgot. It was something like we've been crawling around in the mud trying to help find these people. Here you are, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Like I can't quote verbatim tweets because
it's fair.
Yeah, but like if this was his second addressing of this topic, that would have been okay.
Yeah, well, at least his tweet is like saying, I was out of line.
Like, sorry guys, I went too far.
Right, I'd understood what was happening.
I wasn't fully aware of the situation. It's tragic what happened. I'll be more mindful going forward. Hope everyone stays safe and dry in Texas.
Right. Which is still, I'd still call BS in the fact that he not understanding the situation, the fact that, 12-year-olds just didn't, were tragically lost in the flood.
Okay, I read that. I could just take this off.
I feel like that's enough understanding of the situation to be not so callous and try to make a joke out of it. Right.
Yeah.
Or try to make something personal about you about it. Right. Yeah. So, honestly,
I would blame as like, I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to say that. I was not myself. This was alcohol speaking. And, I feel terrible of what I said. I feel even worse what is happening. And all the people who have lost.
I chalked it up to the Hollywood Square answer, right? The first answer is the riff that you kind of know what's going on. You make a joke, you say something stupid and silly, and sometimes that's appropriate, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it's like, I shouldn't have even said that. No, that was I'm in this like whatever zone, and I'm vibing this way, and what just happened is way different than what I realized, and I did,
way different, way different.
If you don't let the gravity hit you, and I think the older we get, the more we realize certain words and certain things a certain weight. When we're younger, we're just like, oh, it's just an idea, it's whatever, right? Like when Seth Rogen,
I mean, I remember back when I was a kid, like every little, like, couldn't even say heck. Like teachers would put you in timeout and call you a bad person.
Yeah.
And now that I harken back, I was just like thinking, I was like, this teacher, were they a good person? Oh no, they were a lefty weirdo person that probably shouldn't have been teaching me at the time.
But at the same point, if they understood that the job was different than their personal beliefs and it turned out okay, then certain people can do a job and not have to insert themselves and all their beliefs into what they're doing, a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Sometimes it's nice to go to work and do a job and not take it personally and not have to take it personally, so that you can go home and deal with your personal life and enjoy it.
That's
my hot take.
Yeah, everyone is human, but sometimes when you have a human response, you take back and have a human correction.
Right, and like I said, at least he acknowledged
we're all subject to error.
Right, and you're right, William Shakespeare. It's never late to say sorry. That was bad. I totally missed the boat on that one. And you know what? I'll take the flack, but moving forward, I'll try to at least process a little bit what's going on, or hopefully nobody's filming my hot takes when I'm drinking around a bonfire with friends.
Let's be honest. I like a good dead baby joke, like the next Goblin, but I'm not gonna make a dead baby joke when a firefighter comes out of a burning building and a little baby is burnt to a crisp.
Right.
Like, that's not a good time to make that joke.
Yeah. I mean, that is a reasonable, what was it, proposition?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, that's not a good. Yeah. Followed, I shall now administrate 40 lashings against myself for being in. Oh, yes, 100%. Yes. Give yourself a good flogging.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, everyone give yourself a good flogging. Or you could hit the like, share, and subscribe.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It depends on how masochistic my audience is.
Yeah, I mean, your penance should be, well, if you like and subscribe now and you share it out now and then when you remember, that's cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, cool. we're not into guilt trips here, right?
Oh no, guilt trips are terrible. Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you pack on a guilt trip? Like, like all the chains and the binding, and not for the fun stuff, just to.
I mean, the trip that we've been going down is. Well, let's be honest. That guy was totally guilty of being a douchebag.
Right. I mean, it's not easy things to talk about, but it's definitely been one of the biggest things. Like, you have the holiday weekend, you have all this stuff going on, people are celebrating, and all of a sudden, in the heart of Texas, we have this unfortunate tragedy where everybody on social media obviously has to have their hot take, have to have their spin, has to quote tweet it out so they can get their 15 seconds of fame riding the coattails of anything trending, because that's the world we live in, unfortunately.
I just hope that everyone who is still unaccounted for gets found.
Yeah, closure for families.
Yeah.
We'd love to find out that more people were okay.
Yeah, we'd like to see someone who's like, spent 5 days like eating cheese and crackers that they packed in their backpack.
Yeah.
That would be terrible, but that'd be great if there was at least one person that was unaccounted for was alive.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's an awful thing. And the thing is,
yeah.
like, there's in the flatlands and the hill countries, there's places. I mean, Texas is a huge state. Like in up in Paladaro Canyon, right? It's pretty flat up there. Just shy of Amarillo. It's this cool little campground. It's like the Grand Canyon of Texas, right? It's not that big, but it is a cool little campsite they've done out there, a little state park. But it's very quarry and it's very locked in, so that once you go down in there, there's been several times where it's flooded so much that there's high ground where people can be safe, but they can't actually. It's deep enough that they can't actually get out, or at least in the past. So I had friends whose parents and family were basically down there for a week, and they had to helicopter in supplies, and they were all okay. It was just they were stuck there, right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Dang.
But I mean, that's the thing about living kind of anywhere, right? There's a normal day to day, and every now and then there's an active nature. There's things we can't plan for.
Yeah, sometimes Mother Nature can be a bitch.
She really can.
Yep.
And it sucks.
And it's not anyone's fault. It's just how things work, And
it's not God judging people because they were shitty, because we're all pretty shitty.
Or it's not mismanagement of fire hydrants.
Yeah, or cloud seeding. That one was really funny. That people
the heck is cloud seeding?
I don't really know, but there's like basically where they try to mess with evoke moisture in the air, and there was talk of somebody around the time like last Friday or Thursday or Friday that they were trying to add moisture, but then that big front was coming through, and it was a big old tropical storm, big old storm that kind of stalled out over Texas, right? They expected some rain, but they didn't expect. It's kind of like when some of the hurricanes they hit like the shore of Texas, and some of them they just stall out and they stay really strong, and they just dump inches and inches of rain, like massive amounts.
Now,
Houston
to actually be able to do that, you're going to have to expend a lot of energy, like an insane amount of energy to actually produce man-made rain showers.
Right. And so even if they were trying to do some stuff in the area, it was a big old storm that stalled out doing weather currents and all that stuff, and it just unfortunately, like, they were expecting a decent amount of rain, but they were not expecting that. Like, from what I understand, there's usually 1 or 2 people on call for emergency stuff, and they had like 4 or 5 people. So it wasn't like they weren't prepared or doing everything they possibly could. It was just 4 a.m. And I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just tell everybody to just leave because something might happen? Like, people don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to stay on my house on my hill. I'll ride it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Just it's just a lot of crazy people with a lot of crazy opinions, and and you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Yeah, you do.
Snow Dub.
Wow.
My goodness.
And with the hot take.
I know, right?
I like a cold rain better than a warm golden shower.
Yeah. You know what? Just for Snow Dub, we're gonna share something else.
Okay, cool.
Cause I know he likes this. You like chicken? You like horse girls too, I know. Oh, 6 piece.
Yeah.
Wow, 5, 6, 4.
I'm excited. Wow. I want some.
I've never counted like that before.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I guess you're still counting to 4 because 4 was the last number.
I know, right? All right. Thanks there, horse girl dressed up as Colonel Sanders.
I mean,
Piece.
I still think that's a little bit better than when every 2 weeks we had a different Colonel Sanders for that year, and it was just kind of driving us nuts because they didn't really explain, like, will the real Colonel Sanders please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
Yeah,
I
right?
just want my friend. I'm like Leroy Jenkins. I just want my fried chicken.
Oh my God! Look at that chicken.
Pie.
Pie. Oh gosh. Oh, Snowdub. That's actually a horse girl. Don't worry, it's not gay. It's a horse girl.
It's not on his channel. If it was on his channel, he'd
It's not on his channel. He'd never invite us again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That was just for you there, Snowdub. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, Norm was the best. Norm was the best at a lot of things. I really like his...
You're right. Norm was the best at yeah.
I like his dry
I miss Norm
humor.
Macdonald. He was the best. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was pretty hilarious.
Yeah. You're welcome, Snowdub. Oh,
yeah.
Finally.
Only gay horses on Snow's channel, not here.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, you know how he feels about big robots, but horse girls? He loves horse girls.
You know, horse girls makes the world go round.
Yeah. You know, there's a video game and an anime about the horse girls.
Yeah, it's a gacha game. I wonder if Tecton's going to talk about it.
No, I think he plays it. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, and I've actually been starting watching. To be honest, it is actually a good anime. It's a good sports anime. What? It's well directed. It's only in Japanese, so you do have to read the subtitles. Yeah.
Yeah, horse because therapy. Of your show.
Yeah, horse therapy. Let's be honest. It's your fault that I am into horse girls now, Snowdub.
Thanks, Amaranth.
It is the top game right now, to be honest. No. Sometimes
is it on the PS5? I'm gonna go download it.
Yeah, sometimes life does interesting things.
Well, life goes in circles, just like a derby, right?
Yeah.
Just like a derby track.
Yeah, just like a derby where horse girls run on.
Right, you always end up where you started.
Exactly. Yep, and it comes around and ends up right back to the horse girls.
Yep.
Winnie
Chicken Dinny. Oh, that actually applies. That applies way better because of that commercial.
Yeah, 6 chicken wingy bucket. Mm-hmm.
I want to get some chicken wings.
Yeah.
Birds eat birds. It's fine.
Yeah. Demolition derby.
Also fun.
Oh, that would be fun. That'd be fun. Horse girls with like chainsaws and like big sledgehammers and stuff like that.
Give it a year or two. I'm waiting for horse girls and Death Race to mix and Who's Frankenstein.
That would be hilarious. Yeah, horse girls are based actually horse.
Yeah, like Seabiscuit and like real derby horses. It's fun how they spend so much time researching lore and actually doing something that's connected when we just look at it as like, that's fun entertainment. Like, no, the reason some of the stories are so much more richer is because there's an actual character and backstory that they play with lore on.
Yeah.
What? The era of the horse is over.
Well,
if we're not in the decade of the horse,
tell that to the rest of the internet, especially the Usume girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they technically have to license the names because the names of the horse girls, they're actual names of horses that have raced in the Japan derbies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So special of the week, and like all the other ones, yeah. Mm-hmm. They're actually proper names.
Cool.
The time of puppets has come. Yes.
I'm afraid of American.
The era of man is over. The time of puppets has come. Okay, that was good.
Right,
that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. KFC, huh? Country gravy clips coming up. Yeah. Well, it is a Japanese commercial that was.
Yeah.
And you know how the Japanese they eat that on Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently they sell a Christmas cake, and it's popular
Nice.
for people to go to KFC to grab the Christmas cake and fried chicken. Christmas cake and fried chicken.
Christmas gravy, not
not
gravy.
everyone celebrates Christmas over there, but some people like to do that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The year of
factoid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the year of the horse is over. The time of the turkey gravy is over. Muppets will now inherit the earth.
Sweet. Appreciate that.
I want my reparations.
Yeah, I want my reparations too. But on that delicious note of fried chicken, Yep. Yeah. So don't be a complete total you know what on the internet. Think before you tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely don't say something mean about children who are in a tragedy, as the tragedy is going on.
I mean, don't victim shame. Don't make jokes about victims during the crisis. That's just
especially if you're a grown man.
Yeah.
If you're a grown man making fun of victimized little girls.
Yeah, and people who have empathy and sympathy, and people who are
the optics is terrible
for who are looking for the lost
I'm not the junk
children.
Police, but let's be honest.
Right.
That's just a disgusting thing to say.
Right. That guy is just grasping at straws to get any sort of attention, and tech don't give him attention, which was
he's one of the few people who one of the few lefties that believe hate speech is not a thing. Because let's be honest, they want to be able to say all the hateful speech they want, without
And let's face it, and this is kind of a response to Cotton's comment about what do I think of AI. I think
that's kind of required to there, David. Kind of required.
I think that AI is gonna be like the 80s, when we have all that digital synthwave music, and people are gonna use it, and people are gonna think it's the best thing ever, and then it's going to peak and plateau in what it can actually do, because using a search engine to find out actual searches as opposed to using an AI that and I know David Glenn can attest to this, that sometimes the answers are helpful, and sometimes the AI is what it's gleaning from through all the answers is just absurd, ridiculous, and its points are counteractive, and basically it doesn't make any sense because it's doing bullet off different ideas. So I think real people, real anecdotal experience, right? I'd still rather watch a YouTube video about somebody who's fixed a washing machine than ask AI what I'm supposed to do, because my washing machine doesn't have a direct drive, right? It doesn't have a belt, right? So I can't.
Oh yeah, and let's be honest, the AI is just guessing, because it's actually not a search engine. AI is a helpful engine to help search,
right?
But the experts do need. Mm-hmm.
Even though Grok was able to do some math equations, and math is sort of a finite thing. I know that finite math is a derivative thing of math, but math is a very scientific, this it works or isn't. All these other conjecture things, and Cotton, the Penguin AI, it's we're getting there. I saw you kind of working on some of those are pretty cool, and I appreciate all you out there that are, putting out some Penguin AI, because I like the memes and I like the photos, and I usually try to save some, unless I'm not, even the rotting flesh one, right?
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Okay. Well, I've got a fox girl to put in a box. Fox in a box.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is that what it says?
Woogie, But yeah, it's for someone that may or may not be on the Cotton Council in the future.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna do that. And speaking of the Cotton Council, Snowdub's got his hump day coming on. So that's within a couple of minutes from now, huh?
Yeah, about
half an hour or so.
Less. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So go on. Get a snack break.
Yeah. Snack break. Fuel up. Probably grab a hop on your horse girl and go get some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah. And, do your dailies and go hump it on over to Hump Day.
Hump it on over to KFC, and we're not sponsored by KFC. We're just hungry.
Right.
Yeah. And the Hump Day. Yeah.
Get it.
Word up.
All right.
What do we say? Make puppets entertaining again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye,
this is where I would play the one where Freddy's all like, "Oh, Gator, what happened, Gator?" Yeah. But
what happened, Gator?
What happened, Gator? Streamlabs, you suck.
Yep.
All right. This is where we end the show.